Greetings all, and thanks for joining us on this paranormal pit stop. Tonight, we'll be exploring a former Carnegie Library located off of Pearl Street in Council Bluffs, Iowa, that, predating its transformation into a museum, boasted the title of being the largest Carnegie Library in the state and one of the largest in the country, currently housing a range of artifacts, documents, and photographs tied to the development of the railroad and to the American West as a whole, and rumored to harbor a range of associated ghostly activity. Are you prepared to explore the history and hauntings of the Union Pacific Railroad Museum? Historically, the public library in Council Bluffs was established in 1866 as a subscription library for men over the age of 12. In 1878, the Council Bluffs Library Association was formed. In 1882, the Free Public Library was created and would operate out of rented space, and eventually, the Carnegie Foundation would agree to fund a new library site on the condition the city provide a plot of land and funding for its operation. In 1903, a grant for the creation of our public library was awarded, and in 1905, it was formally dedicated, after which its design would be handled by Chicago architecture firm Patton and Miller, who would favor the Beaux Arts style. This new library would serve the community for nearly a century before, through the 1990s, becoming outdated. In 1998, the present-day Willow Avenue Library was completed, leaving the old site vacant. Over the years, the property would be remodeled and restored for future museum purposes. In 1999, it would be added to the National Register of Historic Places, and on May 10th of 2003, the Union Pacific Railroad Museum would formally open its doors on the 124th anniversary of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. While this new museum's ownership was to remain in the hands of the city, operating costs were covered by the Union Pacific Railroad, while the library itself was tasked with maintaining the institution's extensive collections. Restoration of the site and establishment of the museum would create a flourishing tourist destination in an area that was previously void, and to date, this site preserves significant pieces of Council Bluffs' rich history. The Union Pacific Railroad Museum remains open to both walk-ins and reservations into the present, and offers more than 150 years of American railroad history through its wide array of artifacts, displays, and interactive exhibits. Additionally, the museum harbors a range of weapons from the late 19th to 20th centuries, alongside authentic outlaws' effects, immigrant possessions, and a photography collection of more than 500,000 images. Rumors of hauntings surrounding this museum site span back to before the building's conversion, to when locals told tale of the library holding the beautiful ghost of a former pianist, whose spirit was often sighted walking the stairwell in a Victorian-era dress. Over time, more stories and claims of encounters with the otherworldly would sprout up, with those frequenting the museum up into recent years reporting disembodied voices, footsteps heard from empty spaces, and doors that open and close on their own, while a handful of investigations have yielded high EMF levels, extreme temperature fluctuations, and strange malfunctions with gear. Several have told of strange winds that pick up out of nowhere within closed rooms, and of books that fly dangerously from shelves, while others of the constant feelings of being watched, followed, or even of being touched and grabbed by a presence unseen, as well as of encounters with a menacing, shadowy being that lurks in the basement. Also reported across the site are instances of batteries dying at abnormal rates, alarms that sound without cause, orbs, mists, and half-formed silhouettes captured in photography, and displays found spontaneously rearranged, or accounts of items from one locked display discovered inside of another. Thanks for tuning in for this paranormal pit stop. If you enjoyed our histories and ghost stories, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, throw us a like, and share us with anyone you feel deserves a good scare. We'll see you next time.